Oh, I want baby girl.
Don't baby girl me. How many of your groupies you call baby girl? Is Tisha a baby girl? Is Amanda a baby girl too? And who the hell is Bonquisha? Is that even a name?
Man, I can't
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Yes, it's a quick chat with Sharane. Let's go. Let's welcome all my victims, all my survivors, all my thrivers, or anybody that's out there that just want to educate yourself. And you already know, let's welcome all you narcissistic men and women up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, because it's real up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen, especially right here in Binghamton, ladies and gentlemen. It is real out here in the streets. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Yes, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Okay. Let's go. Let's get this video to get around. You never know who may need this information. You never know who's going through something, whether they're a male or a female. No matter where they at, whether they're located in Binghamton, Johnson City, Endicott, Endwell, Vestal, Syracuse, Albany, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens. Let's go. New York State, let's get this awareness going, ladies and gentlemen. I'm right here on YouTube, located right here in Binghamton, as you know. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Let's go, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Let's welcome all my victims, all my survivors, all my thrivers, or anybody that's out there that want to educate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody night going? I know. It's a quick chat with Sharane World. Yes, Sharane was busy for the day, okay? I had to go express some support. Ladies and gentlemen, if you in Binghamton, I know all you people out here in Binghamton need some type of healing, need some type of situation going on, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go show some support where support was due. All right, so make sure y'all go check out the YouTube channel called Watch Us Change Us. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Wuku Radio right here on YouTube. It's called Watch Us Change Us, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, if you are located right here in Binghamton, make sure y'all check out Kashif Summers, all right? And also today I went to a nice event. Shout out to Kashif Summers. That's the Watch Us Change Us, all right? They're right there on YouTube, and they're also on the WBDY 99.5 FM radio. Okay, they come live. Well, they don't go live. They come on every Friday on the WBDY 99.5 every Friday at 5 p.m. Okay. You could check them out. Alrighty. I went to one of their events today. Super shout out to Narrator. I went to one of her events, okay? And yes, if y'all located in Binghamton, y'all need to make sure y'all take y'all your bad baby kids that like to be up in them gangs and them bars or whatever they like to do. You know, them bad kids. Y'all need to go take them out to one of them events, all right? I know for a fact they're gonna be having another one next week. I just went to one today and it was super nice, all right? So super shout out to Narrator, all right? Check out Kashif Summers on Facebook, and you will definitely check out the flyer. I will post the flyer myself on my community wall. I'll share it on my Facebook page so you guys can understand what I'm talking about as well. Okay. It was a super nice event. All right. Bring your kids, bring your peoples, whatever. All right. So super shout out to Narrator. It was called Gang and Street Life Prevention. It was the first seminar. All right. And she was basically teaching the kids and stuff like that about, about gangs and stuff and how not to be, getting into gangs and stuff like that. All right. And how she survived, the gang life and things like that. And, she has bachelor degrees and, she's working with children and things like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Binghamton, okay, I understand that that's in Endicott. The event was in Endicott. All righty. But listen, if you're in Binghamton and you got them bad baby kids up out here in these streets, Make sure next week y'all go check out that event, okay? Y'all need to be up in there. All right, bring your kids, bring whoever. Them kids that like to think they in gangs, them little girls, them little fast girls too. Bring them on to that event next week. Check it out. Bring your kids, get on a bus, whatever you gotta do. Bring them to that event right there in Endicott. All right, every week or however it goes, however he runs it, bring them out next week so they can understand what's going on and going wrong in these streets. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm telling you, that was a nice event that I went to. All right, like I said, super shout out to Kashif Summers. That's the Watch Us Change Us radio right on the WBDY 99.5. They come on every Friday at 5 p.m. right before Sharane's World. All right, and they are on YouTube as well. So make sure you check them out. Okay, like I said, that was a very, very nice event that I went to, and it was by narrator. Okay, I don't know if I can say her last name correctly, but it's Hollinger or so. So yes, check them out. All right, it was definitely nice, and all y'all in Binghamton need that awareness anyway. I understand. I come up here and I talk about domestic violence and narcissistic abuse as me being a parent to a survivor, but also y'all kids up out there in the streets need to go check that out. All right, so if y'all kids think they in gangs and these fast little girls think they out there doing whatever and they want to smoke weed and do whatever, they need to be coming up into them events. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So when I get done with this live, all right, I will make sure I would drop that flyer on my community board on YouTube. And I will make sure I drop that flyer on my support group page called Domestic Violence and Narcissistic Relationships I Survive. And I'm also going to drop that flyer on my main page, my Tiana McLaughlin page. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so y'all can know what flyer I'm talking about. Y'all can know what event I'm talking about. And y'all can know who y'all supporting up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to Sharane. Let's go. Yes, you got to give support where it's due, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you absolutely. So listen, you already know Sharane World Radio Show will be live this Friday. This Friday. Okay, every Friday. Every Friday, 6 p.m. I go live on the air. Not pre-recorded. I go live on the air every Friday. Okay? So make sure y'all check me out on the air, no matter where you at. I don't care if you're in Syracuse. I don't care if you're in PA. It don't matter. I go live on the air nationwide, all right, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're in Binghamton and the surrounding areas, and if you're also in Albany, wherever you at, tune into 99.5 every Friday at 6 p.m. But also, no, make sure y'all tune in every Friday at 5 p.m. Because y'all can check out the Watch Us, Change Us, all right, from 5 p.m. And then you could tune into Sharane's World. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at 6 p.m. on a Friday. And we're going to talk about domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, whatever it is we got to talk about. And make sure y'all call in. You can call in while I'm live. While I'm actively live on air, you can call into the video, okay? And you can talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about, whether you're male or female, okay? If it's something to do with the show or whatever, maybe mental, health or whatever it is, you could definitely call in, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm live, and you could come on air and talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about. All right. So yeah, let's get into it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Binghamton, okay? And y'all already know them narcissists is lurking. And what are they looking for? New supply, like they always do. All right? I already told y'all this morning, they lurk for new supply all the time, okay? You can be the supply. Whatever you supplying them can be the supply. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're not laying up under no domestic violence, male or female. If they beating your ass, and they smacking you up and they talking to you crazy, that's not who you need to be with. I don't care if they're male or female. I don't care if you married to them. I don't care if you got kids with them or don't. I don't care if you got businesses with them. I don't care if you got cat and dogs with them up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It's not worth it. It's not worth you getting a black eye, getting smacked up, getting talked to crazy, whatever it is, up out here in the streets while they smile up in somebody else's face and be nice. It's not worth it out here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if that's happening to you, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's only two places that you're gonna end up. One, jail. Yes, you can end up in jail as a victim for defending yourself. And two, unalived. Yes, justice for Ramika Meeks. Okay. That's it's only two places you're gonna end up. So, ladies and gentlemen, please open up your third eye. And men, yes, yes, we got to get into you men real quick. Let's go. Let's get into this real quick. So to all you men out there that's dealing with these narcissistic, toxic females up out here in the streets, whether you're married to them, got kids with them, don't business, I don't care what you got going on. They narcissistic and they toxic, right? They like to put their hands on you. You don't put your hands on them. You ain't doing none of that. You trying to take care of your kid. Whatever it is you got going on, you just not trying to condone into it, right? If you're dealing with any type of toxic female like that, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The best bet is to get up out that situation. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you got kids with them, I'm gonna tell you how to do this. Okay, listen. Start meeting them on camera, like I keep telling y'all. If they don't want to meet you on camera, then what's the point? What's the point? Start saving y'all receipts. I don't care if you buy them candy from the store. Save your receipt. Because when these toxic females like to show up in them courts, when you knowing that you're taking care of your kid, like you're really taking care of your kid, and they trying to show up in there talking about you not, you got receipts for every little thing that's going on and going wrong. That's how you gotta operate with them toxic females. Okay. Meet them on camera. All right. Start recording your calls and you letting them know that your calls is being recorded. Okay. And shit, sometimes I don't even let nobody know. Sure, I just hit the record. Another thing you do is don't be arguing with them back and forth. Watch what you're doing on the internet. Yeah, 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 yeah. Watch what you're doing because how I won sole custody is everything he did on the internet, the drinking, the weed in the hand, the different females in the cut. The judge always asks, when's your sobriety date? You ain't never got one. I'm able to come in there and pull everything off the internet that you're doing and show it to my lawyer. And then my lawyer is able to put it into evidence and show it to the judge. And now we sitting at trial and you trying to figure out how I got all this evidence and you telling the judge one thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, watch what you're putting on the internet when you're going through family courts or anything when you're dealing with these narcissists. All right. Or these domestic violence people, because that's how they operate up out here in the streets. They're gonna, I'm telling you, pay attention, and keep your third eye open up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Another thing you want to do, all right? Here's another thing. When you out and about in these streets, all right, and you dealing with these toxic females and they want to be putting their hands on you, do not interact. Okay? They want to put their hands on you. All right, you put your hands on me. Now you remove yourself from that situation. Don't put your hands back. Don't interact. Okay, you remove yourself from that situation and you make sure that that gets documented the best way you can. And if you know you got a toxic female you dealing with and you got to get close because of a kid or whatever, you start hitting that record button before you get to them. Okay, because now you're recording everything of everything. Because them narcissists, I keep telling you how they operate. Let me tell you, they wait until you explode. Okay. And you could be sitting there taking in so much of their garbage. As soon as you explode, they got you. They pull that phone out and they think they won. So, no, 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 no. I'm going to tell you how you do it. You know you going about to go meet that narcissist or that DV person. All right, and you gotta go do a kid drop off, or I don't know what you gotta do. Sure, maybe y'all are sharing businesses. Who knows? All right, but you gotta drop off. You gotta do whatever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you do. You meet them on camera. You meet them on camera. That's it. You can't meet me on camera. I don't know what to tell you. What you trying to do? You trying to set me up? What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Meet them on camera. Start having somebody else do drop-offs for you. Somebody else that's not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you're on this person's side, you're on that person's side. That's not what you need. You need somebody that's gonna sit there and be like, listen, you're doing too much. Okay. You need somebody that's gonna be there for the kid and that's gonna be able to take care of that, exchange of pickups and drop-offs. All right. Because at the end of the day, the whole goal is for you to move on and to be able to heal, even though you may have kids with these people, but that is the goal for you to move on so you can heal and you can understand what's going on up out here in these streets. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, we're gonna get into this, and then Sharane World is gonna exit up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing that you guys gotta start doing. All right. When these narcissists and these domestic violence people is coming to you, and they asking you for anything, all right? And they ain't got no job, or maybe they do work, but they coming for you, to you, to ask you for the biggest thing. Tell them no. And that means if they asking you for car insurance, registration, drive them somewhere, street pharmacist activities, watch their dog, uh, drop order protections. When they begging for stuff, come cook for them, buy them all the stuff out of Wally World, whatever it is, all right? Come to the bar with them and do drinking activities, whatever it is up out here in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. No. Okay? Don't be doing it with these people, okay? Especially these domestic violence people up in Binghamton. All right? And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I keep telling y'all, we're gonna figure out how to put these people on the registry list. Yes, we're gonna figure out how to put them on the registry list. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sharane's World, right here on YouTube. Yes, right here on YouTube. I hope y'all having a blessed night and staying safe up out here in these streets. Don't be letting these people get to you. Don't let no narcissist or no domestic violence person get to you at all. And ladies and gentlemen, if you got kids and they seeing this, make sure their mental is correct. Because you don't know what they thinking. You don't need your kids growing up doing the same thing that they seeing. It's not cool. All right? So y'all make sure y'all keep your third eye open. Stay 10 steps ahead of these narcissists. And make sure if you are a victim and you're going through an active domestic violence situation, you being abused, you being whatever it is, you reach out to a licensed advocate because they're out there. They're there. Use your words. Speak out. Keep your voice heard. Don't settle. And what I keep telling y'all, if they do it one time, they're going to do it again. If they do it again, they're going to keep doing it. So don't you ever allow anybody to put their hands on you or talk to you like you any type of way. All right, ladies and gentlemen? I don't care who they are, male or female. You do not allow anybody to talk to you, put their hands on you, talk down on you, whatever it is that they got going on and going wrong up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Because if they put their hands on you once, they're gonna keep doing it and they're gonna keep saying sorry. And how many sorries are you gonna keep taking till you're 6 feet under? I don't know. I don't know how many sorries y'all could take until you're 6 feet under. It's too many people that's going unalive behind these situations. Nobody wants to keep burying somebody from domestic violence. And if you keep thinking narcissistic abuse is not domestic violence, then something wrong with you. I don't know where you at. Because narcissistic abuse is domestic violence. All right? It's domestic violence all across the board, ladies and gentlemen. It is. I don't know how you put it, but it sure is. All right? So if you're out here and you're doing DV stuff, just give it a amount of time. Sharane World is going to figure out how to put all you people in New York State down to New York City on a registry list. So if you ever been charged for domestic violence, male or female, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it's been. You are going to be on that registry list, starting with the one that's locked up already, Mr. Kawan Arms, that's locked up doing double digits. We're going to start with him. We start with him. Yes, 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 yes. We're gonna start with him. And then after we start with him, we're gonna start with Mr. Smith right on after that, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he needs to be. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to be up in there. He needs to go sit down. He needs to sit down. Mr. Smith needs to pass the county and go straight into the prison. Have a seat for a little while. You got a lot of order protections on you. Too many. So I keep telling you, I'm a different type of advocate up out here in these streets, all right? It's my way. It's Sharane's World. And I do it how I want to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen? But I keep telling you, we're going to start with them two, and then we're going to work our way with everybody else that's up out here in these streets. And when you walking around somebody, and you be like, well, dang, I did not know you was on the registry list. You on the DV registry list. I can't rock with you. Any and everybody that you know that you've been rocking with is going to be on that list. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be just like the sex offender. Mark my words. I don't care how long it takes. Not mark my words. We're going to get all you people that ever been charged with domestic violence, male or female, that walked through that courtroom, got charged with domestic violence, got a TVO on you. You're gonna be on the registry list, and your face is gonna be on it, and everybody gonna know who the hell you are. How many TPOs you got, how many victims you got, where you at, just like they do the sex offenders. Let's go. It's coming for all of y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? I got a trick for all of y'all. I already know how to do it. I'm gonna get it done. But I'm telling y'all right now, when New York State comes out with a registry list, just think Sharane girl. All right? Yeah, because it's needed. All right. People are tired of going unalive. People are tired of dealing with the mental and the emotional abuse. People are tired of dealing with the stuff that they have to keep leaving behind. People are tired. And I tell you this much, people are tired of dealing with people unhealed, toxic sons and daughters up out here in these streets. All right. People are tired of that. Just like the narcissist said, oh, my mom always babied me and never told me no. Well, maybe she should have gave you an ass whipping because you're over 40 years old and you still don't know how to operate up out here in these streets. And what 40-year-old you know up out here in these streets got multiple supplies up in the cut, and each and last one of them don't even know that they all have a job to do. All right. One is to register and to insure the car, ladies and gentlemen. The other is to buy the shoes and the clothing. You got another one to get everything out of Walmart that's needed, ladies and gentlemen. And then you got the other one that does the street pharmacist activities. And what I mean by that is either you got to drive for them down to that city, drive that ass back. Because you know the narcissists don't like to drive up out here in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's public information. It's public. Y'all start doing background checks on these people. And like I said, everybody has a past, but it's all how you operate when you come back out in here in these streets. All right. So when you come back out here and you toxic, you nasty, and you've been through domestic violence, you've been through narcissistic abuse, you've been through toxic relationships, and you come back out here and you start operating nasty, you're not healed. I don't care who you are, male or female, you're not healed. Okay, so when you start talking about people, kids, like how they do in Binghamton, yeah, y'all already know where I'm about to go with this. They start talking about people, kids. They go on the internet. They talk about everything. I don't listen. For the amount of time I don't live down here, I've seen it all. And I'm not into the clubs, the bars, and the shingings and all of that type of crap. But it's a small town, just like Staten Island. It's small. Everybody, you're gonna see everybody to everybody. All you gotta do is get on one of these buses, and you hear everybody's business. Just get on the internet now and you see everybody's business. All right. So listen, this is how they operate up out here in these streets. All right. Half of these girls may not rock with each other. Half of the men out here may not rock with each other. Okay. All right. Now, soon as somebody don't like one person, now all of a sudden, the one that didn't like one, now they rocking with each other. Now they trying to go after this one. Now they on the internet talking about people's kids, all because they don't screwed each other's man up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy. It's crazy work how they operate, right? So then they think they on loving hip hop and baddies. They like to fight in clubs. They like to have their kids running around, ass wild outside up in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. It's just crazy out here in Binghamton, and not just Binghamton, and all the other areas and the surrounding areas. And I keep telling you, I'm not from Binghamton. I'm from Brooklyn, okay? But all my domestic and everything started out in Binghamton, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why the awareness out here must be spreaded. And this is why, survivors need to start speaking out. More men need to start coming out. More men need to start putting their boots on the ground and saying, like, listen, this is not it. Like, I don't need to be out here taking no toxic, narcissistic female. You understand what I'm saying? So if you know, as like you've been through all this stuff, right? And you're meeting a new person, make sure they're not toxic and narcissistic and just, you understand? This is why you got to have your third eye open and get the tools that you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to Sharane. We are definitely gonna start heading up out of here now. I hope y'all stay safe tonight, okay? Don't be registering no cars. Yep. Don't insure no cars. If they ask you for $20, you ain't got $20. If they ask you to watch their dog, you not watching nobody dog. Yes, you may love dogs, but you not out here watching nobody dog for them. All right? If they ask you to drive for you, tell them no. All right. There's another. If they want you to cook for them, these narcissists and these domestic people, man, tell them no. Go cook for yourself. Understand? Especially if they ain't got no job. These not some of these narcissists ain't got no job. Some of them do. Don't get me wrong, but they still like to have them supplies in the cut, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's a clown shit circus show. That's how they operate, male and female, up out here in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yeah. So another thing, make sure, here's a safety tip for my victims, my survivors, and my thrivers. All my thrivers, y'all should know this safety tip. Y'all should know this. Make sure your car doors are locked at night, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure your alarms is on. If you got alarms on your house, make sure them things is working. I know them narcissists don't care about that, but make sure it's working. Okay, make sure your cameras is working. Make sure your car is facing to where you can just pull in and go out. Okay, you're not trying to back out your driveway. When it's time to go, it's time to go. It's time to open that car and go. Okay. And when you're pulling up into parking lots and things like that, make sure at nighttime you're not pulling up to the back of the parking lot where it's dark. Okay. I mean, as me being a CDL holder, we was always trained. You don't never pull up to, well, technically, you're supposed to park away from all the danger. Okay. But as me being a survivor, I also have to park within the lights. So make sure that you guys park within a well lit area. That's how they tell you on the CDL too. But listen, make sure you park in a well lit area. So don't park to the back of the parking lot because you don't want to be up there. Make sure it's at the front of that parking lot where there's a whole bunch of lights and there's a whole bunch of people. All right. Don't be scared to let no security guard know that you think somebody after you or whatever. And carry your order protections on you. I don't care what kind you got. Family court, criminal court, DPO, no harassment, full blown. Carry it on you. All right. And another thing, make sure you have your emergency contacts all together. And make sure each emergency contact understands what's going on and what's going on. So when something hits the fan, they are ready to take action. All right. Here's another thing. I gotta tell y'all this, because you know they be listening. Them narcissists be listening. I know my narcissistic ex be watching this. I know he be watching, but who cares? It's all about awareness, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing. Here's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. Go into your settings. I don't care if you got an iPhone, Google. Go into your settings. Turn off your location. Not just one location. Go into the settings, the email settings. You got to dig in there. You might be having to turn off two locations. One from your main settings, and you might got to go through your email. If you got a Google phone, you go through your Google phone. I have an iPhone, I go through my iPhone. But if you have both, go through both. Shut your locations off, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Make sure your car ain't being tracked. Yeah, make sure your car not being tracked too. And also, if you got it bad like this, do it like this. If you gotta go, you make sure you use one ATM that you ain't never gonna go back to that ATM. You pull off enough money that you need money in your pocket, and that's it. Okay, that's what my peoples that gotta share accounts with these narcissists and these domestic violence people, right? That's what you do. All right. And another thing, make sure y'all reach out to 911. Okay, make sure y'all do. Keep the safety tools in your pockets because you never know what could go wrong at nighttime dealing with these domestic violence. And domestic violence always occur at night. It's always the worst time when it's at night. It happens any time of the day, but it's definitely the worst at night for all victims. And if you are in a domestic violence shelter, I just want you to know, especially if you're coming across my video, okay? I just want you to know, Sharane will understand how it feels to be in one. But I'm gonna tell you like this, it's gonna get better. It may not feel like it's getting better, but it will get better. As long as you put that into your head and you make sure that you stay afloat and you keep your mental afloat and you say that you can do this, it's going to get better. There's a light at the end of that tunnel, okay? Trust me, I've been in a shelter with you, in a DV shelter, and I understand what it feels like. It feels like you're alone. It feels like nobody understands you. And I get that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in one of those, just know you are safe. Someone understands you and I understand you. And when you come out that situation, use all the tools that you need that they have. So all the resources that that DV shelter is giving you, use the resources. Okay. Listen. I'm gonna start heading up out of here. Welcome to Sharane's World right here on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the video. You never know who's going through something. It could be your mama, your daddy, your papa. Like I said, I'm a peer mentor survivor for domestic violence and narcissistic abuse relationships for all women and men right here locally in Binghamton, but I spread awareness nationwide. So I appreciate you guys and y'all stay blessed. Have a safe night. Okay. And if you need to reach out to me for any resources in your area, okay, or you just need someone to talk to, just to vent, just to understand, just to open the ear, this is what Sharane World is here for. And also check out my support group page. It's for domestic violence and narcissistic relationships I survive. If you check out that page and you hit me up on Messenger, listen, I'm here. You can hit me a private messenger, and also I have a public group page as well. So don't get confused with it. I have a public group page, and I have a public and I have a private group page as well. So I have a public one and a private one, and they have two different photos. One actually says, you know, domestic violence and narcissistic relationships I survive support group, okay, private. And one is public. So it don't matter which one you follow. Just make sure y'all reach out. I appreciate you all. Stay blessed, especially in Binghamton. Thank you.
You got it all ready to go. Rock with me now.